What's up, everybody? Welcome back to week 2 of the Mob Podcast. I'm your host, Caleb and
Marlowe Wax here. How y'all doing?
Good. How you doing today, bro? You good?
Man, I'm feeling good. A little sore, but it's the good sore. We got that W.
Yeah. Well, we woke up 3-0 this morning.
Great feeling, man.
Yeah. I got, I kind of miss saying that a little bit, But we back 3-0, and we got a big win on NBC versus a Big Ten opponent.
Yeah, for sure.
In Purdue. I think it was a great showing for the ACC. I think a lot of people sleep on the ACC conference. And I think we kind of made a statement. This past Saturday, which I think it was good for the whole conference to see us, dominate and play the way we did. That game was an exciting game to watch.
Electric.
I think it was just like their atmosphere.
Yeah.
Playing at that stadium, Purdue. All the fans.
They sold it out.
Sold out.
Yeah, I know they did the all black. It was just crazy. The fans were like
student section.
They was right behind us.
Right behind us, calling our names,
talking the whole time,
crazy,
getting chirpy. But that's it was fun though.
You love it though.
Yeah,
you love it though. I think you love playing away because it's like it's. I think Coach Ego was saying like us against the world. That's really what it felt like though, because everybody wasn't cheering for us. And we had our section, but
you just love that villain feeling. You just coming in. What's that song we played after the game? Come in, take over your trap.
Yeah, walk in your trap, take over your trap.
That's what it really was.
Yeah, that was fire.
We really was the villain coming in, doing us. Being the mob.
Yeah. Yep. I think what was dope too, just to see how. We everybody came together. We saw different guys making different plays, but before we get into the game, obviously we know our brother OG.
Yeah.
He's out for the season, and I don't know if Syracuse Nation. I don't know if you guys saw his post. He just wrote a letter, just saying just everything he's going through, and we send him our love. That's our brother for sure. He actually I think it's like a year anniversary. Our first, he was our first. He was our first.
Purdue, right.
Yeah, he was our first guest.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. OG, man. We wish you all the best. You just coming back. And we know he'll be back and better.
Right.
So
100%.
On his journey. So we just send our love and prayers to him. On his journey back to the field. But let's talk about the game.
Yeah, it was a good one.
I'm not even gonna lie, bro.
No, let's talk about our boy though, and Mr. Six.
All right. You want to start it off, man?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Man. Okay.
We seen how Schrader played out there,
man.
Boy.
I don't know if he played Madden or I'm saying what he was on, but
for real,
you know what I'm saying.
I was saying it the whole game. I think that's something we need to start with Cuse Nation. I was walking up down the sideline saying, "In 6 we trust."
I seen that last week when you put it in the comments.
Crazy. That was different.
Yeah,
it was. He was just doing some crazy things.
Yeah,
you know how he is though.
Yeah, for sure. And I think we believe in him as our quarterback. Yeah. We've always believed in him, and I think it's just dope. Like I see the work he puts in. Like he's in here Sundays. Like yesterday after the team meeting, he put his clothes on. He was like, I'm about to go watch film. Then hang out after. Like he's always working. I think and it's showing for him. And I think some of those plays, I just remember like the first fake he did.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And he ran to the end zone. I'm on the sideline like, he kept the ball. Like,
I thought LaQuinn had it for the
team.
I thought he got stopped, so everybody sounded like,
Then he's just walking in the end zone.
It's crazy.
Then the second one.
People, it's funny though, but he pulled that on us before though.
He did. He has.
Had all us mad.
Man.
But
I think he just stepped up, and I think he did what he was supposed to do. And I think he was real calm too. He didn't really let anything get to him. I think it was dope to see him play like that. He's definitely deserving of it. Just the work he puts in, and being a captain and leader on the team. But I
want to talk on. I know how we spoke about OG going down. We all know it's all about the next man up mentality.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Dono.
Man,
that boy. That's a boy came in balling, doing his job. I salute to him, bro.
My young bull. It's crazy. Dono last week. I'm not gonna say too much, but he took some shots at us a little bit. The pod, he was like
always doing that.
He was like, you guys showed every highlight clip but mine. I was like, I said, my bad. I said he was like, listen to what he said. He was like, okay, bet. He took it personally.
Yeah, that's our brother, bro. He a character, bro. So wrong with him. Remember he was on the pod when we was in New York.
In New York. So, but let's go to the defensive side real quick. If we do Monster of the Week, this guy, before we even talk about the game, hands down, my mobster of the week is this guy right here next to me, man. Low. You know, you played a hell of a game, bro.
Appreciate it,
bro. You know what I'm
Appreciate
saying?
it.
And you were just in that mode. And, you know, before I even talk about your play, this is when I knew you was in the mode. You know what I'm saying? Like, whenever a player is willing to look at another guy and stand over him like that's his son.
Don't gas it, bro.
I'm gassing it?
Don't gas
I'm gassing it? All right. I'm gassing it? All right, it's cool. But, you know, like that moment when I watched you, you and I think the running back or the receiver was about to fight or whatever. You know, you guys got into a little tussle. But, you know, Lowe was standing over him like, yeah, I'm here. I'm not moving nowhere. And
that's that Baltimore, I mean.
That's that Baltimore.
Yeah.
So that's how y'all get out there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Active.
Okay. I guess, you know, I ain't gonna knock it. I ain't gonna knock it. But seeing you in that mode, I knew you was in that mode, you know, and it showed in your play. You had the strip sack, you know. You know, last week, I was messing with you about getting the interception.
I got right.
And this week, you got an interception. You know what I'm saying?
For real though, word of mouth is everything.
Man, we really talked about it on here.
Speed in this to existence,
manifested that, bro. Like, we really spoke that into existence. I don't know, something about this pod, man. This special things happen. You almost dropped it.
Chill out, bro. Chill out, bro.
You almost, I thought I was like, come on, look. You supposed to crib it too. All that running back stuff you be talking in the locker room. You supposed to.
I've been hearing that all week.
Yeah,
bro.
you supposed to crib that. But
you know what I was thinking about though?
What?
You got your first career interception against Purdue, and I got mine versus Purdue.
No, that's fire.
That's fire.
That's fire.
That's hard.
That's hard, man. But, you know, just I got to ask you personally, you know, because you've been balling all year, you know, since the first games up until this point. But I think people don't really see the kind of approach. I see it because I'm with you every day.
Right.
You know, we talk about you being a leader and all that stuff, but it really shows. I see how you come in the facility. You know, you're one of the first guys there. You know, I see how you put in extra work every day. You know, I see how, you know, you get your body right physically, you know, like whether it's losing weight or putting on weight to get yourself ready. Like, what is that for you? Because like we could talk about your approach during the week, but you it's like an everyday thing for you. What drives that? Like, where is that coming from this season?
I just gotta give thanks to guys like, you know, like Gita, Michael. Like, I came in as I was young boy with Cisco, Iffy, those guys. Yeah. I seen them do it. So when I seen them do it, I'm like what is it about it that like that's working it out for them? So I tried it out, and I just say it just gives me confidence in my play. I just know if I do everything throughout the week, I just know I'm be prepared come Saturday. So that's just all it is. I just know if I check everything off, I'm gonna have that confidence come Saturday.
For sure. I think that's motivating, you know, for a guy like me who loves to grind. You know, I love seeing like other guys who are focused, especially guys that I'm playing with, you know, going to war with, you know, but the defense, man, we right now, you know, if you ain't believe that we was the mob, I think you know now, you know. It's like we had about 6 turnovers. We really should have had about 7 or 8, but they got the ball back a couple times.
Yeah, they got lucky.
You know, I think it was dope to see so many guys balling. You know, Cinco,
Jerry, 10
tackles.
Led the team in tackles. PBUs,
JB. You know what I'm saying? Forcing a fumble in a critical moment in the red zone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kayvon with the sack. You know what I mean? Like, you know, just T-Lock, 2 forced fumbles.
Some D linemen been balling, bro.
Hey, man.
You leading them boys, bro. They doing right.
You know, so I think it's just dope, man. I think we had a spectacular game, and I think it was fun just balling the whole game. You know, we didn't give up, didn't quit. The game was close, but nobody's heads was low. Nobody was, you know, at the end of the goal was to win, and I think that's why we're still undefeated. You know, I think it's testament to Coach Long too, not letting us let up. You know, so I just think that those games, but you know, I know my top moments. What were some top moments for you from the game?
Top moments, I gotta say, probably you know Schrader, bro. That fake, he just did it twice. Yeah. Just having them full, it was crazy, bro.
Yeah, I think it's just dope to see guys literally just making the game look easy. Yeah, you know,
that's something that like Schrader does. He's just, you know, he old head in college football right now. He just makes things just like he's done it before, which he's been playing a lot of ball, but that man he's prepared for any situation. Yeah,
you know, it's crazy on your strip sack. You know, I was in coverage, so it's a picture. I think they used it today in the defensive meeting. You know, it's a picture of you hitting them, and you can see me. I'm like, my eyes big as like I'm looking at you like, oh Lord. Like I always, for some reason, I'm always in coverage watching like the linebackers make those type of plays. You know, so I think it's definitely dope to see. It's motivating for, you know, for a competitor like me.
Yes,
you know, it's definitely you know, it makes me want to, you know, just go even harder, you know, and be that much more focused. You know what I'm saying?
We all pushing each other, bro.
You know?
Each and like even. Like you know how you got your little thing during practice when that dog be coming up out of you.
Yeah, I know you barking.
I know you. Yeah, you be barking. I ain't know if you want everybody. This man be barking during practice, y'all.
Yeah, it's all good. It's that inner dog in me. I literally be barking.
But I don't know what's up with it. But the last 2 weeks, I've been doing it with you, bro. It really it been pushing me, bro. Pushing us.
It's a way to wake up.
Yeah.
You know, I think T-Lock actually bought into it. T-Lock was barking on the field, and y'all actually be having me weak now. I ain't gonna lie, like. It's crazy because, like, hearing y'all bark, I be like, yo, y'all really started barking now. But that's good, though.
Yo, we not exaggerating, y'all. He really be barking.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
It might sound weird, but it get us going.
It's you know where that comes from. Let's not, before y'all start thinking I'm just crazy or I just, you know, have modes. So I had an old teammate in 2021 named Roscoe. Cody Roscoe, he played D lineman here. He actually dog first in the SEC.
Yeah.
I ain't never used to bark, but he didn't bark, but he used to like scream.
Yeah.
So like every time he like ran out there, he'd say war cry, and then he'll start screaming.
For real.
And I just remember I would feel like, nah, dang, like this got me like turned. But like I was screaming, I felt like that just wouldn't be enough. Like, so mine's, I don't know, like one day I just started just barking. I just felt like, I felt like an actual, like a literal, like, like when a dog see you and it's about to like attack, like I just felt like it take me to a different mode. And I knew it was real when I started doing it in a game.
Yeah.
That's when I knew, I'm like, okay, this is really like my thing for real. But I think it's cool to see all y'all like buy into it. You know, like
sure.
you kind of made me do it last week when I wasn't doing it. Was like, hey, you're not barking. And I said, damn, you're right. I said, I'm not barking.
We all just be feeding off each other, man. Yeah. That's that mob, bro.
Nah, for sure. But Marlowe, today we got a special guest, man.
Yeah, we do.
He played here. He played defensive back. He kind of was in that group, with
the boys.
Like kind of that squad. They consider themselves DBU, and they was here. They kind of like a trio, pick your poison type of group. And he definitely solidified himself. He plays in the NFL now. He was drafted in 2020. He plays cornerback, and that is Ifeatu Melifonwu. Ify, how you doing, man?
Good. How y'all doing?
Good, man. Good to see you, man. Good. How you been?
Yeah, been solid. Good to see y'all boys.
Man, that's good, man. So, obviously, right now we know you're playing for the Detroit Lions in NFL, man. And how was that game last night? Just talk about that first before we get into things with you.
Damn, like that game last night was tough. We lost to the Seahawks in overtime, home opener. I feel like for us to even be like in that game in overtime for how many mistakes we made, I feel like just shows how good we can be because we made a lot of mistakes and we still had a chance to win it. Mm-hmm. Like our coach was saying, I think that's something we needed. There was so much hype going into the season. Mm-hmm. So I think it's something we needed, maybe humble us a little bit, make us hungrier for the next one. So It is what it is.
For sure. Okay. So, we know you're playing in the league right now, but, before we talk about, just your career going into the league, can you just tell us about, your journey at Syracuse? Obviously I played with you, and this Ify, he's one of my, good teammates that I played with. He's actually, if you guys don't know, he's Nigerian like me as well. Mm-hmm. So, we kind of had that connection when we came in. We would always kind of tell each other, like, hey, bro, we Nigerian. We got to, be different out there, which is, kind of cool to see. But I remember if he was an aggressive corner, he really get up in your face, talk trash, and, just play aggressive. Just where did that come from? And, like, where did you get that approach from as your time, while you were playing here?
I feel like, because I didn't really talk that much in high school. I feel like it just came from me coming from Massachusetts. Not a lot of people come from Massachusetts, so I feel like I had a chip on my shoulder a little bit. And I had something to prove. And also, coming from Massachusetts, I wasn't really heard of. I wasn't really, highly recruited. Maybe until, a week before signing day is when I really got a huge offer. I got Michigan offer, but I wasn't really highly recruited. So, I feel like I just had that chip on my shoulder. felt like after my redshirt year, I was kind of like forgotten about a little bit, and I feel like I just had to prove myself.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
So, yeah, definitely. So, I know when I first came in, that was your last year. So, we only had 1 year together. So, I was like the young boy on the defense, the guy and all that.
And
so, I was
32.
And at 32. So, I was just looking at everybody. I just seen Ify just have that preparation every single day, staying late for meetings, having the same stretch routine every single day.
Yeah.
I just want to ask, where did you get that from? Was that something because I know your brother also played in the league. Is that something you got from him, or was that just like you just always been like that?
Nah, I didn't always be like that. In high school, I never did. I didn't really do stuff like that because I didn't need to. I definitely got that from my brother. He told me like every day after practice, work on something new each day or something you feel like you didn't do that well that day, and then just piece it together like throughout training camp, even during the season. Like you work on something each day, and by the end of training camp, you'll be better all the way around. You know what I'm saying? So try to work on something new each day, whether it's press, playing the ball off man, and then like the final product will be better in the end. And then he's also the one that taught me how to watch film too. He taught me how to watch film, and that's what I would do after practice. I would stay late after meetings, mostly on off days, Monday, right?
Right. Yeah.
So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Fridays I would stay late and watch, and then I ended up having bringing Garrett in too and teaching him how to watch film. So me and him would do it. But yeah, I pretty much learned all that from my brother.
That's what's up. So before we talk about your story, I see you wearing a 6 now, and last year that wasn't the number you had. What number did you have before that?
I was wearing 26.
Okay, so
he had to get up out of that.
Yeah, like he
I had to.
I had to.
He wasn't doing the 26 right. He was like crazy.
I mean, yeah, but so how did that happen? Like, you and the coach locked in, like you dropped some bread on somebody because like I know you got money now. So.
Nah, I wasn't gonna go the bread route. I was really supposed to get number 2 my second year.
On some 2020 type.
I know you wanted that too.
I was supposed to get 2 my second year in the league, right? So I talked to the equipment dude. I go, it's 2 open. Can I get 2? He said, this is like training camp right before cuts is about to happen and everything, right? I'm like, let me get 2. He said, okay, cool. Like you can have 2. Just make sure, talk to your DB coach and make sure there's no older DB guys that want it. Because, kind of goes by seniority, right? So I wait like 3 days. I don't know why. I waited like 3 days. I'm like, you know what? Let me just go talk to my DB coach. I'm like, yo, can I get 2? He's like, shoot, as long as no one wants it, because we had a DB that just got released, the final cuts. He's like, if no one wants 2, you could grab 2. I said, okay, cool. I waited the next day. So I waited like 3-4 days. I went back to the equipment dude. So yeah, my coach said I could get 2. Like, yeah, like what's up? He's like, yeah, Austin Bryant, DN just came in here and got it.
That name sound familiar.
Austin Bryant went to Clemson.
Clemson.
He was so I think he was a year or 2 older than me. He's like, yeah, it goes by seniority, and he got it. I'm like, bro, so I bullshitted for 2, 3, 4 days.
You could have
got 2. I could have had 2. Right? Because it's like first come, first serve, but also seniority. So if I would have got to it before him, they would have gave it to me though.
Yeah.
So then we had like a football party. We always have an end of training camp football party. I asked him, I'm like, bro, what's up with the 2? Like, you feel me? That shit, that shit gonna look better on me. He's like, I was gonna get. He's like, he wanted 7, but 7's retired, so we got 2. I'm like, what's up with it? He's like, you got to pay me. I said, pay you what, bro? He's like, first he was like 10 bands. I was like, I'm not doing 10 bands. And then he dropped it to 7. He dropped it to 7, and I was like, nah. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do that.
You got it though, bro.
You definitely got it, bro.
But I wasn't gonna do that, so I played the whole year out in 26.
Yeah.
Then obviously this year he leaves. He goes to San Fran. So 2's open. Right, 2's open. This is the off season. This is like when I'm training before OTAs. we signed Chauncey immediately. When first thing Chauncey says when he gets signed, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting that too." I'm like, "Oh man." So Chauncey get 2. So now I'm thinking like, I need to get out this 26. I'm looking at what else is open. Jeff Okuda, my dog, he still has 1. I wore 1 in high school. I wore 1 and 2, but I'm like, 2's gone, 1's gone. I'm like, what else is open? I'm like, 6 is hard though. Like, Trill really made a wave.
He said, Trill made it.
I'm like, nah, that 6 is hard though. Like, so let me see about that. Jeff got traded, so 1 and 6 is open. I'm like, maybe I should get 1, but I'm like, nah, Camp Sutton was gonna get 1. So I'm like, let me get the 6, and I got 6. Yeah, 6 is hard though. I like 6.
How you feeling? You feel like you feel like it's a different you, or like the same you, new number type?
Nah, definitely a different me in 6. Definitely a different me in 6. Like,
man, a character, yo.
Funny as hell, bro.
It's definitely a different me. I feel like in 6 now. I'm at safety now.
Facts.
It's more comfortable, more. It's just better, bro.
Mm-hmm. So all right, so you kept using a word twice on the while you were talking. You talking about cuts. Is that something that you worry about? Like, what's that like for you going into just training camp and on the team? Because we know that it starts out with like 100 something, but it's only like a 53-man roster. So every day is damn near like a tryout, like you're stamping yourself. So what's that process for a lot of guys on the team? Because you were saying how guy came in, went somewhere else. Guy came in, I began to train the camp, and now he's cut. How do you focus on what you need to focus on without? Because I know, like, in the back of your mind, you're thinking like, yo, if I don't do my weight, like I can get cut. You know what I'm saying? So what's that like? Like, what's that process for you every day?
I mean, I feel like you kind of get protected a little bit. Like the higher up you go in the draft, like you're not gonna cut a first rounder. It doesn't make sense. You're not really gonna cut second round or third round. Like in the first year, second round or third. I've seen a fourth rounder get cut and get signed back on practice squad, but like depends how high you go. You kind of protected. So like, I mean, like my rookie year, I kind of knew I wasn't gonna get released because I was a third round pick and everything. But like, and even my second year, like, I mean, it came in the back of my mind, but like, I knew it really wouldn't make sense, but it's just something like you can't really focus on. And it's easy for you to like, because after your rookie year, you kind of figure out, okay, we keep 11 DBs, we keep 6 linebackers, and you kind of like, you want to start doing the numbers in your head, but I'm telling you, you can't do that. You gotta just focus on what you do in the field and practice, and then the games, the preseason games, and really just like play it like it's your last, because it really could be. I would write down on my notebook what my DB coach, Coach West, used to tell me, like, be proud of what you put on tape. I'll write that shit in my notebook, like, really be proud of what you put on tape, because at the end of the day, that's your resume. That's the only thing. Even if they like you as a person, we had some funny ass dudes in the locker room and the meeting room. Coaches making jokes with that shit don't matter, bro. Like it's what you do on the field. So just be proud of what you put on tape. Obviously, like the cut day, like because you'll be in there, you'll see one dude in there, next day he's gone. You might not even have realized it, like, they released them. You didn't even peep until like you said practice, like where's
crazy,
damn. I swear I'm not even trying to be funny, but like and then that last cut day, you can tell when it's like the final cuts, like it's just like honestly it's not a good day to be in there. Everyone's nervous. And you come in that day and you might be getting treatment, and you see dudes sitting by the athletic trainer because they got to do their like exit meeting with the trainer. And you see him sitting down with papers in his hand. You know he got released. Honestly, it's not a nice day overall, but you can't really focus on that. Like I said, you got to focus on what you do on the field.
It's crazy, yo. With
real.
Like just people going in and out and things like that. You building relationships with people and just they bringing in new people. You getting cool with that person.
I like that. Not like that in college. Like right when you come in, you probably gonna be with this dude for 4 years. Like you damn near know you're gonna be with him for 4 years. That league, you can make friends with a dude and he'd be gone in a week or two.
And a new person come in.
And a new person come in.
It's crazy,
new person come in the next day with his jersey on.
It's crazy, bro. Kel told me a story how a guy was gone Saturday around like 12 p.m., like around noon. New guy in at 2 p.m. That fast. 2 hours later.
It really exposes the business side of it, and I think when it comes to that, you can probably attest to this, Iffy, like that business side of it, there's no feelings in it. Like you don't really got time to let your feelings get involved in it, because you could be gone today, and like you said, somebody else could be in your jersey, or you somewhere on a different location the next day. So but like you said, just not focusing on that. But okay, so I know that you play corner, and Iffy is a bigger corner. You like 6'3", and we know about like you went up against guys like DK. I saw you when you lined up. I was watching you versus him. You played against Devontae Adams. Like, you've seen the best of the best. So I know when you played here, like when I played with you, you were aggressive. You were like in guys' faces. But I know in the league it's a little different. Like, they be finding you and stuff like that. So, but I want to know, what's your mentality when you have to guard a guy like DK Metcalf, a guy like Tay Adams, just for the young kid out there who wants to know like what that process is?
I mean, I guess the mentality is always like be on the shit, be on point. But like, I guess for each person it's kind of different. Like, very different. Like my rookie year when I played Devontae Adams, it was just like the amount of press work I was doing like that week going into that game. Like, I was staying after and doing so much press because obviously he probably got the best releases in the league, right? So that's the only thing I was doing, like after practice, like middle of practice during special team drills. That's the only thing I was focused on. Sure, with DK, I was focused on, like, I feel like people usually don't get hands on him because he's bigger than everybody. He's still bigger than me though, but I'm probably one of the biggest corners he played. So for me, I was trying to be aggressive with him and try to get hands on. And I don't think I played off man on him one time. And I was just trying to get. So I guess the mentality kind of switches though. The mentality kind of switches based on whoever you're playing.
Yeah, week to week. Man, that's what's up, man. I just. I love that information. I feel like it's important for kids who want to get to Iffy's level, to talk, hear stuff like that. And so let's go to your Syracuse career, really quickly. I remember that 2020 season. I used to joke with Iffy. I don't know if you remember this, but that 2020 year, I used to always be like, because Iffy you had an extra year that year. You could have came back if you wanted it, right? And I just remember your demeanor. Like, Lo, you said you were a freshman, and you said you remember, how Iffy was moving. I was, watching him closely because I knew the year you had 2019. And I knew that potentially he could declare. Right. I remember, how you were moving. You put that 2 on. You went from that 23 to that 2 that year. And I just remember like your first game to your last game. But you were, you didn't really say too much about the next level. You just knew, like, I could tell in your demeanor it was, if I do what I'm supposed to do,
it's gonna come.
It's gonna come. What was that moment for you that last season when you knew, like, I'm going?
Yeah.
Because I think nobody knew until you announced it that day.
Yeah, it was like, my mentality going in there was just like, if I do what I need to do, I'm gone. But I didn't start the season like I'm leaving no matter what. Like, it was like I had to. It was damn near like I had to earn it. Like, it wasn't like I'm just going no matter what. Play the season out, see where the chips fall at the end. But yeah, like, because when people was asking me, like, I really didn't know. I really didn't. And I feel like the start of the season, I wanted to stay. Like, the whole stuff with Cisco happened and he left. I was like, damn, Cisco going to the league. Like, I could really go to the league too, but I got to do what I need to do. Cheryl left. I'm like, I could really go to the league. Like, if I stay, like, honestly, like, it's really hard to repeat. Like, it's hard. Like, if you have a good season, it'd be hard to repeat it though. Like, you don't know, like, God forbid injury, like, you don't know what could happen, but it really is hard to repeat it sometimes, right? So the moment I knew, I would say Clemson game.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
But that's not even the moment. I knew that's when I was like, yeah, I could probably slide because I had Trevor Lawrence. I had three PBUs on 3 targets. So
I remember every Selly, every one that game.
0, and I was locked in. I had a different celebration for every PBU I had. So yeah, Trevor Lawrence had like a 0 passer rating versus me in that game. But that was not even the moment I really knew. That was the moment I was really thinking about it. It was the NC State game. It was the NC State game where I had the PBU when I hit the crosser and it popped up and Michael brought it down to the 1. And then I had I was playing off and I was playing like 10 yards off and they threw a little screen to number 5, the little slot. And I triggered and I tackled him for like a 1-yard gain. And then I had a sack and that was all within like 1 or 2 series. And after I had the sack on the corner blitz, I was like, yeah, I'm gone. I'm leaving. And I remember Caleb came up to me on the sideline like, yeah, you're gone. I was like, chill, but in my head, I'm like, yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, I used to like, you know, because when you see, when somebody trying to achieve that kind of goal, because me and you want that goal, obviously. Right. And I know that your older brother went to the league, and he was a high draft pick, you know, and I just remember, you know, just your whole demeanor, and you had like him as a guidance for you while you was here. So it's like that's why I did, because, you know, that was my first year back, and I just knew that if he, like you said, if he did what he's supposed to do, you know, you were gonna leave. You know, so you talked about Cisco, Trill, all those guys. You know, like did you guys have those conversations together, or y'all was just like, it was like, I'm doing my own thing, but we all gonna see type of thing?
Nah, I feel like it was like, I don't think we never really all sat down and had the conversation before the season, like this happened, we all leaving. It was like, nah, we didn't have that conversation. It was Dre got injured preseason before, the pregame before game 3. Then like a couple hours later or whatever, or later that day or the next day, then he hit me and Trill with the decision already. Like, wasn't like we was talking about it. I mean, obviously, like, he's his own man and everything. He hit us with the decision already. Like, I'm about to go get the surgery, and I'm gone. I'm declaring. And I was like, whoa! I didn't even think about it. Like, and obviously, like with the whole thing with Trill happened, people don't know. Like, people thought Trill quit on the team. Trill had an injury, and he actually had surgery for it. So, but nah, it was never something we all sat down and was like, you know what? After this year, we gone. We never really said that. It just the way things happen, they just hit the group chat like, yeah, I'm gone. Or call like, yeah, I'm gone. Then Trill call like, yeah, I gotta get the surgery, and then I'm gone. So that's how it was.
Nah, I think that's what's up, man. So, you know, obviously we talked about the year, about, you know, you declaring and everything like that. So, but I remember the night that you actually announced that you were going to the league. I remember I was back home, because remember we all left early, and I remember when you dropped it, I was just like, it was crazy. I was just like, man, I knew if he was going to declare, but it was just dope to see. And obviously, you know, you had some success now. You've been in the league. You know, you're doing your thing. But what was that moment when you got that call like? You know, because that's something that, you know, we all, you know, aspire to achieve. And I just remember you had your family there. You know, I know you're Nigerian, so I know I seen your mom and the joke turn, you and all your brothers. And then me, if you had this little running joke, we used to have a lot of running jokes because, you know, we both Nigerian. So I was just thinking in my head the things we used to say to each other, like, at your party. So, like, what was that like, bro? Like, what was that moment when you got that call in your hand? Like, you know, I seen the Fed had some chains on, you know what I'm saying? He was clapping and all that. So, like, what was that like, bro? Like, what was that moment like?
That's crazy. Like, that's something I'll remember forever. Like when I got the call, I low-key, like, the draft was on in my living room. I low-key stopped watching. I was in the kitchen eating, right? And this is like the first time I ate all night, because I didn't eat. I was just locked in watching it, right? Waiting for my phone to ring. And then it kind of gets like to the middle-ish end of 3rd round. I'm like, I stop watching, I go to eat. I swear, like, as soon, right as I start eating, my phone rings and I see Detroit. Like, when I got a mouthful of food and shit, I had to eat it real quick. Answer, they said, like, are you ready? Are you ready to be a Lion? But that moment is, like, surreal. And then, like, that moment right there is surreal. But then when you hang up and you see it on TV, honestly, like, that's the moment I'll never forget. Like, that's one of the that's the last time I cried. Honestly, I cried that day. I don't remember any time I cried before that, bro. But just like tears of joy, bro, because you just see all the work you put in, like really like
it's crazy, bro.
manifest, and you see it. You see it, you know.
Yeah,
it's crazy, bro.
That's what's up, man. So everything that you talked about, you know, your time at Syracuse, your time in the league, you know, that draft moment. What's because we're all about impacting, the next generation and kids who's in college today that want to get to you, and like where you're at, and have a moment like that, and like kids who are in college. What is something that you should say? Like, what's a piece of advice that you could give them that they should focus on, or that they should do in order to get to where you're at?
I would say you gotta do extra. Like, if you look at all the dudes that made it to the league just look at all the dudes that made it to the league from Syracuse. They weren't just going to class and going to practice and then going home. Like when you really look at it, like
Facts.
Zaire, me, Dre, Trill, we was always doing extra. Like always, the last ones on the field doing extra, or the last Garrett last ones in the meeting room doing something. So it's not like you can't just show up and go home, be like everyone else and expect to get to the next level, because not everyone else gets there. And then I would say, just like, if you have a goal, like really think about your goal and maybe even write it down. And then think about everything that doesn't help you reach that. Really think about everything that don't help you reach that.
Yeah. And
don't do those things. Like, that's it. Like, just do things that helps you reach your goal, and I promise you'll be successful.
Right.
Well, that's what's up, man. If before we let you go, man, we appreciate you, bro. Like, cause stuff like this is really important. It's just like a real reminder, the things that we should be focused on, and like he said, I think it's important because we had Zaire on, we had Dre on, and all of you guys say the same, like similar things, like with your mindset and approach. So we know you're getting. We know you're getting money now. We know you're getting a little bit of money now. So, like, what's that? Because that's life changing, money.
Yeah.
So, what are the things that you think about now that you didn't think about in college? Like, because I know, like, instantly your life changed. I know you probably had a moment you look at your bank account, you probably like, man, this is crazy. Like, so what's that been like for you? Like, are you investing? Are you like what are some of the things that like that you're into now that you were into in college?
I mean, definitely investing. I got a financial advisor.
That's what's up.
So he kind of handles that. But shoot, now I just feel like I'm now in a position like to actually help my mom. Like, you get a little bit of money in college, but now I'm in a position to actually help my mom when she says she needs something. What was I not thinking about before? Like, just like rental properties, like real estate. Like, I can actually like buy a crib, buy cribs. So that's what I'm looking at now. I bought my first crib. Well, me and my brother actually, we bought our first crib in Tampa.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
We got that rented out.
That's dope.
So that's what I'm really looking into. But it's just being in a position to, be able to help the loved ones around you. Like, you never want to see your mom, your sister, your brother struggle. So now you're just in a position like, if they need some, like, don't mean like ask every day, but if they really need some, that they actually need, you're in a position to help them. So that always feels good.
I see you got some chains on, even hiding them the whole episode.
The camera highs over.
You know what I'm saying? You taking care of yourself, the fits, the fits clean. What do you say?
The little ones. The little chain.
Money hit different, huh? Money hit different. No, that's dope, man. And before we let you go, Effie, we appreciate you again for coming on. And I keep doing your thing. We watching. I see you in that 6. As though I'm always, like we always, rooting for you. Everybody here, so we watch. We always talking about all the guys in the league, how we want to get there. So we appreciate you for hopping on and just dropping some gems for the young kids out there, man. So we know you got to take care of the league. Yesterday, y'all took that L last night, so y'all got to go lock it in. Man.
Got meetings all day.
So go ahead and lock it in, man. Nah, for sure, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all for having me, though.
You already know. Nah, for sure. But just going into this week, we obviously we have you know, a opponent. We play Army this week. You know, a new team in the Dome. You know, at 12 noon. Yeah. You know, before we talk about them, you know, again, Orange Nation, we want to see the Dome packed out. You know, we undefeated right now. We got a lot of momentum, you know. So, you know, we need everybody to spread the word this Saturday at 12 noon. You know, we want everybody there packed out. But, you know, Army, before we even talk about football, you know, they live a different life.
Yeah,
you know, it's my friend, like one of my close friends that I grew up with, he actually is in the Army, you know. And he's actually, you know, coming out now. And I know his daily life was actually, you know, like his schedule is, we thought we have a bad schedule, but his schedule is actually, you know, crazy. Like he's up around 4:30, you know, getting to the base. I actually visited him when I went out to Georgia. His base was over there in Fort Benning or something like that. But so we know their grind is a little bit different, you know, and we have a lot of respect for those guys, you know, for what they do off the field, because we know that once they're done playing, they
protecting us.
Exactly.
Protect our
country.
Yep.
So, you know, just again, we respect those, you know, those guys over there, and you know, we understand like the kind of opponents that we're playing,
right?
You know, but at the same time, we have a mission, and that's to get the win. You know, it doesn't really matter who we're playing or you know who we're going up against, and I think that's the message again.
Yeah,
that's
sure.
what you would say like this week, right?
I think it's gonna be a good game. We know their mentality. We know they're gonna come to work. It's gonna be they're not gonna give up, and we not either. So we just know we're gonna go into it. It's gonna be a great battle, great battle for us right now. We're coming in week 4 and just it's gonna set the tone for the rest of the season. Yep. But I'm just ready for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Ready for this week. Attack this week. Everybody get locked in. Have a great week of practice. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm excited too, man. Again, like watching how you've been working has motivated me. So, you know, I think it's something that we all gonna feed off of. You know, just this week. You know, just the whole season for real. And you know, I believe that if everybody keeps this mindset and keeps this momentum going, that, you know, it's going to be a real special thing we got going this season.
For sure, though. We just taking it week by week, day by day.
Day by day, you know, staying focused.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so, again, you know, just before we close out, we just appreciate all the support, you know, from Orange Nation. You know, everybody that's been supporting us, you know, sending messages, you know, walking around the streets, everybody showing love, you know, just asking about certain guys, you know, and just, you know, we're not gonna lose our faith and each other and God, of course, and we just hope that everybody keeps buying into what we got going on. You know, we're trying to build something special here, and you know, this Saturday, we want to see the whole dome packed out. You know, so everybody pull up. It's gonna be a fun time.
All right,
my guy.